and welcome to Monday Night Politics Meet the Candidates, presented by the Dallas Examiner. I'm Molly Finch Belt, publisher of the Dallas Examiner. The Dallas Examiner has presented Monday Night Politics for over 12 consecutive years prior to elections. The Dallas Examiner does not endorse candidates. We seek to inform the community so that when they go to the polls, they are informed voters. All candidates who provide their email addresses on their applications when they file for office are invited to participate in Monday Night Politics. Monday Night Politics is not a debate, it's a forum designed to inform the community about the candidates' qualifications, their platform, etc. We could not present Monday Night Politics without our sponsors, who are nonprofit organizations, and they do not endorse either. In addition to Monday Night Politics, our website, www.dallasexaminer.com, has a section for voter education. Here you'll find current information about voting. Visit www.dallasexaminer.com. I would be remiss if I didn't mention two people who have worked with Monday Night Politics Meet the Candidates behind the scenes for over 12 years. The first person is Robin Jimenez, Vice President of Production and Editorial at the Dallas Examiner. The other person is Christy Thomas, Monday Night Politics Advisory Committee. We are happy tonight to have as our moderator Charles O'Neill. Charles is president of the Texas Association of African American Chambers of Commerce, and he was the first editor for the Dallas Examiner when the newspaper was founded by my father in 1986. Thank you for attending the forum tonight.
And welcome back to this segment of Monday Night Politics, presented by the Dallas Examiner. Tonight we have with us candidates for Dallas County Court at Law number 5. We have the incumbent, Judge Juan Renteria, and the challenger, Nicole Taylor. Thank you both for being with us tonight. We will follow pretty much what we've done with other judicial races. We've asked each of those candidates that have preceded you kind of describe what that court function is, just for edification of our listeners and viewers. But we'll do that in our second question. First question will be an opening statement, 2 minutes for that, and you'll both get that 2 minutes. Judge, we'll start with you, opening statements.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Juan Renteria, and I am your Dallas County Court at Law number 5 judge. I was appointed by the Dallas County Commissioners Court back in September, and let me tell you how we got here. Number one, there was a group of people that were asked to apply. I was asked to apply along with my opponent. We both applied. I was selected by the Dallas County Commissioners Court for two principal reasons. Number one, my prior judicial experience as a judge for the city of Dallas, and number two, for my service to the community. Immediately prior to being appointed, I was actually on the school board for Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD, where I served for almost a year. Now, let me tell you what I've done since I've been on the bench. Since I've been on the bench, I've garnered the support of the community. I've made the courts more accessible, and I've been recognized as the most efficient court out of all the county courts that are tracked, and that is by the Office of Court Administration. What does that mean? That means I'm efficient at getting the cases resolved, at signing orders, and at making sure that the court is operating efficiently to make sure everyone gets their day in court. Again, my name is Juan Renteria. You can get more information about me at www.voteforjuan.com. A vote for Juan is a vote for justice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ms. Taylor, opening statement, 2 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Nicole Taylor, and I'm a candidate for judge for Dallas County Court at Law number 5. Now, this is an open bench. It's until the citizens of Dallas County elect a new judge for the bench. I have 22 years of experience. I've tried more than 300 cases in federal and state court before the bench and jury trials, and the majority of my experience has been in this court. I was encouraged to run for this seat by the retired Judge Mark Greenberg, who created this open bench, along with other retired county court at law judges. They have witnessed my advocacy, my hard work and preparation, and they believe that I can do the job, and I agree with them. I have, as I mentioned, 22 years of civil litigation experience, trying more than 300 cases. And why is that important? Civil litigation experience matters because that allows you to understand how the court is administrated. It allows you to be able to dispose of cases that are before the bench because you've actually tried the cases. And my experience will add significant value to the court. I'm a true public servant. I've been a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated for 26 years and served in leadership on the local, state, regional, and national level. I've also served as a precinct chair for the Democratic Party. I've registered hundreds of voters as a deputy voter registrar, and I volunteer with the Texas Democratic Lawyers Association to protect your rights to vote. I'm also a member of the Texas Trial Lawyers, where I've served as a chair of diversity. My voting record speaks for itself. I'm a true Democrat, and the service that I provided for the party shows that my commitment not only to the citizens of Dallas County, but to the party for which I'm running for this seat. And I hope that I can earn your support. Looking forward to speaking with you more tonight.
Okay, Ms. Taylor, and how will county court at law be improved, if you will, by your being elected to that seat?
Thank you for that question. I believe it'll be improved because, as I mentioned before, civil litigation experience matters. And the experience that I have specifically in this court will add significant value to the court. Some things that I would like to do once elected to the bench, you've heard from the other judges that the virtual trials help to expedite the docket. I agree. I feel like it provides more access to the court. It allows citizens to participate as parties and not have to leave their jobs or worry about childcare for their kids. I want to increase access to the courts by allowing parties to participate in the Dallas County Alternate Dispute Resolution Center, which we have on site at the building. And it also provides an opportunity for litigants who can't afford attorneys to have their cases disposed of quickly. And lastly, we have citizens who are not able to speak English as their first language. And I would love the opportunity to partner with certified interpreters, which the county has a list of. However, they're not always offered to the litigants who don't speak English, to give them an opportunity to fully participate in the process of the court to defend their case or prosecute their case.
Thank you. Judge Renteria? How will the court benefit by your being returned to this seat?
Well, as I mentioned before, I've been recognized as having the most efficient court. I've implemented some changes, and some of those changes include offering additional days for not just hearings, but for certain types of trials. For example, the trials that are actually the most abundant in our court are landlord-tenant cases or eviction cases. I've opened up extra days to make sure that those cases are heard in a timely manner and allow the people that their day in court. Number two, as I mentioned, sorry, I thought you were calling me. I have also implemented changes, including the fact that I am trying to implement a e-sign for orders, which should become effective very shortly. I still have to get trained on the system, but that's something that I'm looking at. I essentially want to be able to be the first judge to implement that, so I can essentially market it to my colleagues. And it's something that I'm really interested in. I'm kind of a tech nerd. I want to make sure that the courts are up to date, they're efficient, and they're accessible to people who may not have the resources, may not have the time to properly address their cases. And especially right now during the pandemic, I think that's very important. So that's what I plan on doing and continue to do as I've been doing since taking the bench.
Okay. We've asked other candidates for judicial bench seats their thoughts on elected versus appointed judges. And I'd like to hear your thoughts. And also, and most recently, we added in the value of endorsements and campaign contributions to influence the voting public.
Well, do I think that endorsements are important? Sure, I do think endorsements are important. They do, I guess, show the voters certain aspects of the candidate or of their support. As far as appointed versus elected judges, I've actually been able to do both. So I've been appointed as a judge with the city of Dallas, and I got this appointment as well through the Dallas County Commissioner's Court. But I do believe in our system as it is now. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. I think that there's ways to improve the system, the way it currently stands. But I do think that, at least as it stands at the moment, that the people are the final arbiters or the final decision makers of the current process. And irrespective of the amount of money you've raised, irrespective of anything else, if you believe in the candidate and you're able to vote, then your voice is heard.
Thank you very much. Ms. Taylor, same question.
Thank you. I agree. I believe that elections matter. I think it's important that the decision of who represents you on the bench is your decision and not the decision of a body that may not represent you or look like you. So I believe we should have elections. Now, to answer the question regarding the endorsements and the campaign contributions, let's start with the endorsements. I received the endorsements of the Lake Highland White Rock Democrats, the Stonewall Democrats, the East Dallas County Democrats, as well as the Preston Hollow Democrats. And I just received the Teamsters endorsement as well, along with John Wiley Price, Royce West, and a number of the honorable Madranos, Pauline Madrano, Ricardo, and Roberto Madrano. The endorsements are important because, especially with the Democratic Party, the parties do a lot of work in vetting the candidates that they endorse. They've reviewed our credentials, they've interviewed us, and the club votes, so it's a democratic process. And they have taken the opportunity to get to know us, to provide information to their constituents so that they understand the endorsement process has been fairly followed, and they believe that we are the best candidates. As far as donations are concerned, the donations you receive are from attorneys who believe that you will best serve the representation on the bench. And so when you raise a large number of dollars, it's not for influence. It's because they've evaluated you and your opponent, and they've determined that you are the one who they believe will best serve Dallas County on the bench. And so the donations are important. The endorsements help with the vetting process, and we should always trust you, the Dallas County voters, to elect the best judge for the bench.
Very good. And 2 minutes for our closing statement.
Thank you so much. As I mentioned, my name is Nicole Taylor. I'm a candidate for this seat. I was vetted by the judge who retired that created this open bench. Judge Greenberg was always a fair judge. Whenever you were in front of him, you knew that there was no bias. You knew that you would receive a ruling the same day, that you and your client would be treated with dignity and respect. And his legacy is a legacy that I plan to continue. He's vetted me along with the other retired county court of law judges who have all encouraged me to move forward because they've witnessed my advocacy. I want you to remember that civil trial experience matters. 22 years, more than 300 cases, shows you that I know my way around the courtroom and that I will be a great judge on the bench. I will understand how to move the process along to ensure that you have a fair hearing and you will always be treated with dignity and respect. And my service to the community is documented not only through my sorority, but also through the service that I've done for Dallas County Democratic Party and just citizens in general. I'm a mentor, I love people, 2-year breast cancer survivor, I support single moms with breast cancer, so my heart is for service. And at the end of the day, this bench is a seat of service and not of power. So allow me, Dallas County, to represent you as the next County Court of Law judge for County Court of Law number 5. I would greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And Judge Renteria, closing statement. 2 minutes.
Thank you again for having us and giving us the opportunity to be here tonight. As I stated before, I was selected out of a pool of candidates that were vetted prior to taking the bench. After taking the bench, I have been recognized as the most efficient court in all of Dallas County, County Court at Laws. I have implemented changes that are making the court more accessible and fair to the citizens of Dallas. I have a record of service as well. I was on the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD School Board immediately prior to being appointed. I am asking that the citizens look at the candidates, look at their experience. I have 17 years of experience as a judge and as a trial lawyer. The information is out there. We can be up here and we can try to petition for your vote, but I'm asking, go out and see what's available, all the information that's out there. You will notice that after you look at the information that's out there, after you review what I've done and what I promised to do, that you will only come to one conclusion, and that is to vote for Juan. Again, I am asking for your vote. I think a vote for Juan is a vote for justice, and I'm asking you to keep me on the bench. Thank you for your time.
And thank you so much. The incumbent, Judge Juan Renteria, and the challenger, Ms. Nicole Taylor, that is Dallas County Court at Law number 5. Thank you both so much for your being. We'll be back with you shortly with Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1.